India never heard one drum only. It was always a whole sky of rhythms, temples in one quarter, monasteries in another, Vedic chants in the dawn, Buddhist bells in the dusk. A civilization not built like a wall, but like a river, delta, many streams, one living land. On a rain-lit road, a young seeker walks past a shrine and a stupa. He asks the old guide, "Where did Buddhism go?" The guide smiles, pointing to the crowded bazaar, the quiet cave, the lit lamp in a household corner. "It did not go," he says. "It changed clothes, changed languages, crossed schools, entered minds." And in India, ideas do not die of competition. They become neighbors. In the great Indian conversation, no single voice owned the microphone forever. Plurality was not an accident. It was the design. Darshan met darshan. Debate sharpened debate. The Upanishadic questioner, the Buddhist logician, the Jain ascetic, the Shaiva mystic, the Bhakti singer. Each challenged the other, and each borrowed from the other. Assault became assimilation. Friction became philosophy. Buddhism arrived with radical clarity. Suffering is real. Desire binds. Awakening is possible. India listened, then absorbed. The language of compassion deepened in the Brahmanical world. The discipline of meditation traveled across traditions. Renunciation, nonviolence, inner inquiry, monastic learning. These were not sealed inside one label. They seeped into the bloodstream of the subcontinent. Look closely, and you see the afterlife of Buddha everywhere. In art, in ethics, in pilgrimage, in the habit of asking what the self really is. In the silence of yoga spaces, in the shared respect for teachers and monasteries, in the claim that liberation is not one road, but many. Buddhism was not erased by India. It was metabolized by India. That is why the story of Indian spirituality is not replacement. It is incorporation. Not conquest alone, but conversation. A civilization with low walls and high tolerance for paradox. It could host atheists and theists, ritualists and philosophers, householders and ascetics. It could make room for a teaching, and then make that teaching part of its own grammar. Then the camera shifts east. The old monasteries seem to awaken in the monsoon light. From Nalanda to Nara, from Bodh Gaya to Bangkok, India's Buddhist memory becomes diplomatic signal and cultural bridge. When modern India speaks of Act East, it is not merely trade and geopolitics. It is also heritage, returning to the front row. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's embrace of Buddhism as Indian inheritance reframed the ancient path as soft power, civilizational memory, and living connection to Asia. The message is simple and strategic. Buddhism is not foreign cargo imported from the past. It is one of India's own oldest exports, and one of its deepest internal traditions. To honor it is not to resurrect something dead. It is to recognize what never truly left. So the final image is not of disappearance. It is of convergence. A saffron robe moving through a crowded street. A mantra folding into prayer. A monastery bell echoing inside a bustling republic. India, multipolar by design, still doing what it has always done. Receiving new light and making it its own.